They really do though. What is not to like about them? Like honestly. Hello Claire Bears, it's Elsie. Welcome to my channel. If you are new and if you're returning, welcome back. Folks, it is comeback season yet again, and we are blessed with yet another comeback from Sserafim with their latest EP, Easy, which according to all of you was the comeback you were most excited for this week. And I'm excited too, even though I am not through Sserafim's discography yet, and I will be at some point. So definitely continue to follow my Sserafim journey. But everything I've heard from Sserafim so far has been so exciting and fresh. So it always just keeps me on the edge of my seat to see what their next title track is going to be like, because I think at this point I've heard all of them. It's just the B-sides and that sort of thing that I'm getting caught up on. So let's get to the video. But before we do, please don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel. For today's beverage of the day, I have a glass of Sauvignon Blanc to accompany me for this EP. It's very light and fruity and crisp, so I feel like if there's anyone who wants to try to transition into wine drinking in moderation, of course, that a Sauvignon Blanc or a Riesling, something on the lighter, fruitier side, is a good start. And I know I look like I'm 12 years old with this hairstyle that I tried to copy from Chaewon from the concept photos, but I promise I am of legal drinking age worldwide. Plus, I almost took this hair out multiple times before I started filming because I thought it looked so goofy on me. I also have a way of doing that, making something look amazing on them that looks ridiculous when you try to replicate it. So, you know, feel free to tell me how great they look in the comments to help boost my ego and convince me I don't look ridiculous. But I feel like it's just so much more fun to try to, you know, create a look to go with the reaction, you know. So I'm gonna go in chronological order of the album here and not start with our title track, but start with Good Bones. I feel like that's something you say about a house, so I'm very curious to see in what context this applies. This was kind of like when my husband and I bought the house that we live in now. It was an older house that needed work, but that was all we could afford. But we kept reassuring ourselves that it had good bones, you know? And I imagine that this album is going to have good bones, which starts here. And I'm going to be using lyric videos from Shadow by Yoongi, and huge shout out to them for having these videos uploaded so quickly, because I am only recording this mere hours after the album was released. So mad appreciation to them so that I can do this reaction as soon as I can. But let's get started and listen to Good Bones. Oh, it's like a rock track. Oh, is this like an intro?
It's okay to degrade someone just because they're true to themselves.
Ooh, are they like clapping back the haters here? Ooh, I like that line. The world is fair, it's ugly to everybody. Of, you know, the world is the way it is, whether you like it or not. However, life will be in pain. Ooh, oh, this is such good wisdom.
The pain of facing that.
And they're saying it in their own languages too.
Inferiority.
And it's so cool that it's like spoken word. It's not like rapping. Oh. Huh. Oh my gosh, this feels like the intro to
Despite it all,
a movie if they were, you know, like badass women who were maybe like pulling off a heist, or if it was some like spy action thriller. I could feel as if this might be an introduction to that movie, or really like get the story rolling, which makes sense because this is the introduction to the album.
my ambition and aspirations are unstoppable.
That's right, Yoonjin.
나는 내가 제일 힘들어. 너도 그렇지 않니?
Yeah, are you pushing yourself?
쉴 새 없이 발버둥 칠 거야.
It's all in this for the sake of improving and
When
being
things
better
aren't easy,
and succeeding.
I'll make them easy. 私の手を握ってくれたあなたを信じる. 추악함 속에도 아름다움이 있다는 걸 믿을 거야.
Like I'll see the good in every situation.
We have good bonds.
Huh.
신지도 밑에 내가 쉽게 해냈다는 착각 말고. Because I've made it look easy.
Ha! Crazy. Oh my gosh, this feels like such a sick burn, this song.
Easy, crazy,
Ha! I can make it.
easy,
Crazy. Ha! I can make it. It's getting higher and higher. Oh my goodness. How epic was that? And I can see so many people being like, oh, like, what is this? Like, what do they think this is? This kind of like spoken word piece to this like rock track. And they'll find ways to criticize it. But I think that's making their point is it's almost just like people will find ways to criticize things. So why not live your own life, make your own things happen for yourself, and forget the haters and just focus on pushing yourself and being better and succeeding. And, you know, if you feel like you're going to struggle with something, you're going to work hard so that eventually it's not a struggle. Like with Yoonjin saying, if something doesn't feel easy, I'm going to make it feel easy. So there's just like so much to admire with these women and so much to learn. Every time I listen to their music, I feel like there's something I always take away and something that inspires me to be better. And it doesn't matter how old you are, like we can all learn from each other. And so much of the time, especially on the internet, it seems like people are just trying to fight against one another instead of work with one another and find ways to get on the same page or to learn and grow from one another. But who am I kidding? It's the internet. And it really just feels like it's setting the stage for the rest of the album, almost like it's an extended intro track and like setting the standard for how you should treat yourself and respect yourself and kind of forget what the criticisms out there might say in a way that feels authentic and that doesn't feel put on or some kind of like forced like girl power type of message, you know? But anyways, I've talked about the song long enough, so let's get into our title track now in our music video, which is Easy. And I'm curious if there's going to be the themes that continue from Good Bones here of I'm gonna make things easy for myself if they don't start out easy, or, you know, I'm gonna make things look easy. So like take that haters, you know? But I'm so excited. So let's watch the music video. Oh. This feels so cinematic. Ooh. More of like a trap song. Ballet. Yeah, I make it look easy. Ooh. Oh. Oh, okay. This is so like, what's the word I'm looking for? This is gonna bother me. It feels very like gritty, maybe is the word I'm looking for, but in a way that feels like very laid back because of the subject matter of the song, where if you're going to talk about something being easy and making something look easy, it can't sound like you're trying insanely hard and the energy level be 100. And I love this line of pull up and I rip it up like ballet, because that is certainly something that Zuha makes look easy when it's definitely not. But the like symbolism of this scene is so interesting, of the fact that she's crying these like orange tears that don't really look like tears, and that it's Chaewon who's kind of like comforting her. But I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit and then keep going.
Up your hands now.
I could see this being really popular on like TikTok. Ooh. Oh my gosh. They look so beautiful in this. Sparks fly off my body. They really do though. This all just feels so effortless. Oh! What's happening? A swan on the water. There is a song about a swan later, right? Fearless! Huh. So it's kind of like challenging that narrative of everything was just handed to them and that they got all the success they were given through some kind of handout. My every step, every second makes history. It's my way. Walk like a heroine, even if I'm not flawless. And I feel like that recognition is important, you know, of just like, even though I obviously have a lot of confidence and I make it look easy, it wasn't easy, and I didn't get to where I got to by accident and think I had it easy. You had me all wrong. Now you have to know. I don't follow the Sserafim hate discourse online to know where exactly it's coming from and what kind of hate that they get. But is it related to like being under Hybe and people think that they're only successful because they're under Hybe? Obviously, I would strongly disagree with that. And their success just like speaks for itself. But if you know specifically like what hate they're referring to, then definitely let me know in the comments. Ooh. Oh, all the visuals in this are beautiful. And the outfits too, honestly. Oh my gosh, this is just like, oh, I can't get over how gorgeous this is. Yeah, I could easily see this being used in a lot of like TikTok compilations. And you know what? I also feel like I could already hear people commenting on the clothes that they wore in this, or maybe the lack thereof, because there's like a lot of crop tops with really short shorts. But do you think I give a shit about that? No, I don't give a shit. Shout out to The Great Mermaid. But I just feel like it's proving their point. If people are mad about that, it's just like people will just be pressed to be pressed. So I think there was this quote from RuPaul's mom that RuPaul says all the time that is just like, unless they're paying your bills, pay those bitches no mind. Where it's just like, if anyone's gonna complain about that type of thing, they're probably not gonna support Sserafim anyways. So just like, who cares about their opinion? Because it doesn't seem like they're saying these things to help you. They're saying it to try to hurt you. So I kind of love that they're just shutting that down, you know? And there's just so many beautiful shots in this that I could just like frame. Like, this is so freaking stunning. I'm glad that I talked about hate and potentially not sharing it before saying this, but I honestly didn't love this song. I don't think the song is bad, and I honestly think it has nothing to do with the song itself and more to do with me and my preferences and styles of music and K-pop that I enjoy. But I really like the, you know, Anti-Fragiles and Fearlesses of the world, those like upbeat, fun poppy songs rather than this is more of like a trap kind of low-key type of vibe, which is just like not my favorite style of music. So again, before I start getting any hate comments, I don't think this is a bad song. It's just not my favorite. I feel like I liked Unforgiven a lot more than the average person, and I would pick Unforgiven over Easy, but who knows? Maybe if I listen to it more, then I'll enjoy it more over time. That's happened a bunch. I'm definitely going to continue to listen to it and give it a shot. And if you disagree with me, that is totally okay. But who knows? Maybe I'll be more wild about this next song, which is Swan Song. Oh, interesting. I'm on the wiki and it looks like all the members except for Unche were involved in the writing and composition, which is neat. And it's interesting to me that Swan Song is in the middle of the album and not at the end of the album, because, you know, that's kind of what I understood Swan Song to mean, is kind of like a final act. So, you know, is this album meant to almost be like a swan song to their previous eras or to like a previous version of themselves, maybe? Let's listen and find out. Kind of more of a lo-fi vibe. I love the softer side of them. Oh, like I have chills. Sounds like sing rapping, which is interesting. Try to manipulate you again. Ooh, I love the vocals on this. The more like breathy, gentle. Yeah, they're very much like owning this attitude that they have, you know? And it feels like very encouraging. Like, even if you doubt It Blooms, Sing the Flame song, the song that'll become history, there's like this element of like fake it till you make it in this line, and some of the things that they're saying throughout the song of just like, you know, keep pushing, and, you know, the belief and believing that you can get to that point will allow you to get to that point as well of the song becoming history. And it feels like such a heel turn from that first song of the album. Like, I was expecting to get something so intense from this album so far, at least, because of just like the way that they set the tone from the beginning. But Easy and then Swan Song here both feel very like laid back in their approach, but in a way that feels effective in terms of delivering the meaning of both songs, because it would be hard for that message to land if it was just like so intense. But there's also a lot of vulnerability in here as well, which I remember talking about with one of their previous EPs of it's a lot more difficult to kind of internalize a lot of their messages if they don't show a little bit of vulnerability as well. Like with lines of so many days, so many nights, so many tears, sometimes I get nervous. Even if I receive more, I'm scared because I'm hungry for more love. Greed is killing me. Where, you know, getting to a place that they've gotten to, it's almost like enough is never enough. So the place that they got to and the attitude that they have now makes more sense and feels more believable when you see the kind of strife that's behind it. But then when they say, if I sing this song, blah, 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 what else will they say? Shut up, watch me kill this, shining like a diamond, sing it. They're saying, despite this, you know, doubt that I've had, I still have this attitude of I'm gonna kill this and shine like a diamond, of, you know, I'm gonna persevere despite the fear of the love that I receive never being enough. And I really like that of, you know, even though I have these struggles, I'm still going to persevere and I'm going to act despite those feelings. Now for our next song here, Smart, it looks like Yoonjin was involved in the writing and composition again. And I honestly love these pictures. It's such a vibe of like these random jelly beans here with Eunchae and Chaewon with the lollipop, and then, you know, Sakura and Yoonjin and Kazuha just like serving. It feels appropriate. But with Smart, I'm curious to see now, like, if we keep up this more laid back vibe or if we maybe bring up the energy a little bit. I'm not sure what we're gonna get here, but I feel like Yoonjin tends to write more like singer-songwritery type of vibes from what I can recall at least. So it might be more in the same vein as the last two songs, but let's listen to find out. Oh, interesting. Or like an Afrobeats type of song. Holy shit, I was not expecting that. I'm a baby who'll become a butterfly. Oh, I love that. I love this. Oh, those vocals. Ooh, I choose the stronger name. Oh my gosh. My spacebar is not space barring, but I chose the stronger name Villain instead of Beauty. Oh, it makes me think of that line from The Dark Knight where it's like you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Feels like she's embracing that villainous side, and which is interesting following Black Swan, or no, I don't think it was called Black Swan, Swan Song that, you know, alluded to that Black Swan, that this is, you know, a line that's in here. This is so catchy though. Yay! Oh, this is like really embracing the Afrobeats vibe. Smarter, baby. Is that Yoonjin? Ooh. I like the subtleness of the auto-tune. Like where it still sounds like they're obviously excellent singers and the auto-tune isn't there to, you know, fix their voice, but it's more to add like a cool effect that goes with the song, because I feel like a lot of time auto-tune can be really overused in K-pop, but here it feels like a stylistic choice rather than feeling like a necessity to make it sound like super clean, you know? And also, okay, I'm sorry to keep pausing, but I just have so many thoughts. Like, there's so many interesting things about this song and about the kind of narrative thread of this album so far. But I love this idea of them embracing the villain kind of moniker, or them being in their villain era, because they're almost saying like, if it means that I'm going to be a villain for embracing myself and being happier and, you know, getting smarter, then so be it, which is like, you go, girls. Like, embrace it. And they're really shutting down the idea of it's all luck. Yeah, this is my favorite so far, and it's not close, honestly. That was so good. That was awesome. And it's cool to hear them go in this direction genre-wise, because, you know, Tinnitus from TXT was one of my favorite songs from last year. It was just like such a fun vibe. I love the like globalization that has happened within K-pop, and how a song like this can bring so many people together, of an Afrobeats K-pop song, and I am a person in Canada listening to this. I just feel like that's so cool. I'm always here for ways to bring people together, and you know, I don't have much more to say about the song because I felt like I paused a lot and said a lot of things throughout, but we're going to go to our final song now here, which is We Got So Much, where again we had Yoonjin and Eunchae here for this one. So I'm looking forward to see what the flair that Eunchae brings to this song will be. And when I saw these photos from the concept photos and what inspired me to do this hair, when I first looked at Yoonjin, I was just like, who is that? It took me a long time to realize that that was her, because like, this looks like a different person. They all look different, honestly, except for Chaewon. But yeah, curious to see what the energy of this song is to wrap it up. Like, are we going to slow it down completely? Or are we maybe going to go off with a bang? Or maybe a little bit in between? I'm not sure. So let's listen to the final song here. We Got So Much. Maybe there's going to be some like gratefulness they express. This is Kazuha's voice at my favorite. That like soft, high vocals. All these vocals are beautiful. Oh. So yeah, what I was talking about here, talking about not taking things for granted. Oh. These vocals are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this line. My spacebar is really against me today. Your love makes me a better person every minute. Thank you so much. And whether they're talking about, you know, a romantic relationship or a friendship or their relationship with Fear Not, I'm just glad that they have this relationship in their life that they're not taking for granted and that they appreciate and recognize like the value of. And Sakura is saying, I'll show you more of myself in front of you. Like they feel like they can be themselves and their true authentic selves, because that's like the basis of like solid love, is when you feel like you can be truly yourself around that person or those people. And flowers bloom inside each other. It's almost like we're feeding each other in that sense with our love, and it allows for those flowers to grow into blossom. So let's keep going.
Every minute 날 더 나은 사람으로 만들지. Oh, wait. 정말 고마워. 인사고 나서 이건 그 모든 모습이 나야.
Or there's cool or bad, it's all me. Like,
I'm gonna say. 우리 헤쳐나갈 많고 많은 days. 항상 좋을 수는 없겠지만 I know we'll get through.
this is warming my heart. You could feel it bursting out of them in that line, you know? That they have so much love.
이제 눈빛만 봐도 전부 알 수 있잖아. We got so much love.
Oh, those harmonies.
당연하게 받지 않을래. 우린 특별해. We got so much love.
Oh, that background vocal there.
서로 안에 꽃 피어나.
Aw, I love that we ended on that note of just like closing out, and it almost kind of somewhat humbles the rest of the topics of the album of just like, you know, I feel like I've gotten to this point that I've really earned and it wasn't luck, and I've made everything look so easy, and maybe that's why you feel the way that you feel if you're a hater, but you know, I still appreciate what it is that I have and what got me to this point, and recognizing the person or the people that were a part of that. So it's just like, what is not to like about them? Like, honestly, because they're still just owning themselves and who they are while showing these bits of vulnerability and then like gratefulness at the same time. So I feel like if you don't love them, like you can't love anyone. Or at least appreciate them and appreciate what it is that they're doing and what they're bringing. Like, even if you're not a fan of the music, I feel like you could appreciate that. But I just want to like wrap this song around me like a warm blanket, because just hearing them talk about having so much love makes me want to like wrap myself in it, you know? So I think I would say this is my second favorite song on the album behind Smart, but like, I loved Smart so much. So friends, that is the Easy EP. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments about the album. If you had a favorite song on here, and if so, what was it? Or if you had multiple favorite songs, or if all 5 were your favorite songs and you can't decide. And you know, if you really, really loved Easy, I would love to hear from you. Like, what is it that you really, really enjoyed and loved about it? Because as much as, you know, it wasn't my favorite, I always like to hear different opinions and different thoughts, because I just like to talk about K-pop, and I like to talk about music and get to talk about it with cool people. So I will definitely be continuing my Sserafim journey. I still need to do my reactions to the Anti-Fragile album and the additional songs from Unforgiven. I have had this sitting on my floor unopened since October, when I got this when I was in Korea, and it has taken the strength of 1,000 suns to not open this, but I wanted to open it on camera when I do my reaction. So know that my Anti-Fragile and Unforgiven album reactions are coming, so make sure that you're subscribed so that you know when I post those videos. But until then, I hope you are doing well, staying safe, taking care of yourself, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.